I'm going to call this meeting of the Executive Committee to order, and Councilmember Johnson, joined by Councilmember Reich, Councilmember Glidden, and Councilmember Gordon were a quorum of the Executive Committee, and we have one item on our agenda to discuss this morning, and it is a recommendation to create a new appointed position. And Ms. Nelms is going to walk us through that. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, members of the Executive Committee, Council President Johnson. Yes, we're here today to consider a new appointed position. It's been titled Director Innovation Delivery Team, and the evaluation is at 630 points, which puts it at grade 13. The points determine the recommendation for the salary in this case, and that recommendation is a range of $100,167 to $118 and $92 annually. The City of Minneapolis has been selected to participate in the Bloomberg Philanthropies Innovation Teams program. Innovative teams function as in-house innovative consultants for the organization, helping to identify areas of strategic opportunity. The plan for the city is to focus on equitable delivery of services to city residents and customers. The director will build a team which will help city leaders and staff through a data-driven process to assess processes, generate responsive new interventions, and develop partnerships to deliver measurable results. We ask today that you find that the proposed position meets criteria in section 20.1010, council to approve appointed positions, that you approve the recommended salary as previously described for the position, and authorize annual step movement for the incumbent provided satisfactory or better performance in the job. And last, that you refer this recommendation then to Ways and Means.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Ms. Nelms? Councilmember Glidden.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the presentation. And it's good to just start to see what might be some outline of the duties. I know we're probably going to have some other presentations in committees just about the grant acceptance and other elements that help the council understand the scope of work involved. Just because we're talking about this position, is there any timeline that we can be aware of as to once this gets approved? Then when do we think we would be starting to announce the position and work to fill it, or however that might happen?
Council President Johnson, Councilmember Glidden, yes, it's my understanding that time is of the essence with this, that there's and need to advertise and implement rather quickly. I don't know the exact timeline, but I could ask City Coordinator Spencer Cronk to reply to that if you'd be available to do that.
Mr. Cronk?
Good morning. Welcome, Council President, Council Vice President. This is a position that would need to be hired by the end of February in order for us to receive the grant from the Bloomberg Foundation. So if the council were to both approve this position and then accept the grant in this cycle, then we would quickly post this position immediately after that, look for recruiting, and then hopefully bring that person on or make that offer by the end of February.
And then there's not an org chart element in here, unless that maybe I haven't read through everything as carefully as I need to, so I apologize. Can I get an idea of where this position would be in our organizational scheme and where the positions this person might supervise would be housed?
Sure.
Mr. Cronk?
Council President, Council Vice President, this is a position that if approved by the council and if the grant is accepted by the council, then it is proposed that the position, this director position, will report directly to the city coordinator and myself.
Okay.
I can get you an proposed org chart that was part of the grant application to you if you'd like to see that.
Okay, that would be great, actually. All right, thank you very much.
Any other questions? Just a curiosity, Ms. Nelms, and I don't know that we've ever, because this is a grant-funded position, is there any kind of detail in the reports that need to make it clear that this is a grant-funded position? That, I mean, what will happen at the end of the grant? Does this position then get eliminated, or what happens then?
Councilmember Johnson, as I don't know what the department's interest would be in finding other monies to support a position
That may
beyond the
be,
period of the
okay.
grant. That would be a policy decision that would need to be made sometime in the future.
Okay. I just know sometimes when we have, the health department comes to mind that, they make it clear that they have grant-funded positions, so the person that's taking the job knows that there's a timeline, so, but maybe we don't need it in this action. Councilmember Wright?
Thank you, Madam President. I suppose along those lines, it does list here people who this position will supervise. And I just for clarification, project manager, data architect, business process, and data analyst, are those existing positions within the department, or would these responsibilities be met by new hires as well? Or some combination?
Yeah, Councilmember Johnson, Councilmember Reich, I don't know if those positions are currently existing and would be reassigned. And again, I would ask the city coordinator to respond to your question about the operation of the department and office. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Crone?
Council President, Councilmember Reich, these would be new positions that would be funded if the grant were accepted by the city and given to the city itself. But they would not be replacing anyone. They would be new positions. And we have job descriptions prepared. So if we were to accept the grants, those would be positions that would be recruited for right after, actually in conjunction with the recruitment for the director position. But we would want the director to also be involved in the hiring of those new positions.
Sort of a project team package.
Exactly.
Any other questions? I just want to say this is a little bit awkward because we haven't had the presentation in committee of the whole about the fulsome plan for the expenditures within the grant. So it's just the timeliness that needs to happen about this project director that makes it a little out of sequence here today. So I had one question though also. Will those positions, for Mr. Cronk, I think, will those positions that have been identified by Councilmember Reich here, will they also need to be appointed positions, I would assume? No? So they will fit right into our regular classification system?
Councilmember Johnson, the positions that were mentioned by Councilmember Reich would be classified positions.
I see. Okay, great. All right. Any further questions? Seeing none, I'll move the action and send it on to Ways and Means Committee. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in approval say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. With that, we've commenced or ended our agenda and moved to adjourn is in order. All in approval say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.